You don't need more motivation. You don't need more discipline. You don't need a better routine. You need one mindset shift that will change everything. Because right now, your results, your habits, your entire life are a direct reflection of how you see yourself. And if you don't fix this, nothing else will stick. Most people think success comes from motivation, so they wait. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel inspired. They wait for the perfect moment. But here's the truth: motivation is unreliable. Some days you may feel unstoppable, and most days you don't feel like doing anything. And that's where everything falls apart, because if your actions depend on your feelings, your progress will always be inconsistent. Now, let me ask you something. Do you brush your teeth every day because you're motivated to do so, or because it's just who you are? The mindset that changes everything is this: you need to stop acting based on how you feel and start acting based on who you believe you are. That is called identity based behavior. Right now, whether you realize it or not, you have an identity. Maybe it is: I procrastinate, I'm not disciplined, I always quit. And your brain's job is to stay consistent with that identity. So even if you set big goals, you're subconsciously going to sabotage them just to stay the same person. Your brain values consistency more than success. That's why change feels uncomfortable, because when you try to become someone new, your brain sees it as a threat. So, what does it do? It makes you feel tired, distracted, unmotivated. Again, not because you're lazy, but because you're breaking your current identity. That voice in your head saying, I'll do it later, that's not you. That's your old identity trying to stay alive. So, how do you actually change this? You don't start with huge goals, you start with proof. Because every action you take is a vote for the type of person who you are. So instead of saying, I need to work out for an hour, you're going to say, I'm the type of person who never skips. And you do 5 push ups. You're going to start small. And that's it. Because now you're not chasing results, you're building an identity. So you want to become focused. Don't try to focus for 3 hours. Start with, I'm the type of person who works without distractions, and do that for 10 minutes. If you want discipline, say, I'm the type of person who does what I say and complete one small task. It's the small actions, repeated daily, that will build your unshakable identity. And of course, you can scale from there. So here's where everything changes. Once you prove something to yourself enough times, it's going to stop feeling hard because it becomes automatic. You don't fight yourself anymore. You don't rely on motivation anymore. You just do it. That's when life starts to shift. Your life doesn't change when you feel motivated, it changes when you decide who you are and start acting like it every single day. Not perfectly, but consistently. Because the moment your identity changes, everything else will follow.